All right, go.
Give it a minute. Well, good evening, all you Cougar fans out there. Tonight we have a great basketball matchup between our Cougars of Lutheran High and the visitors of the Christian Eagles. Mr. Doug, what do you think about our matchup tonight?
Brian, I'm excited to be up here. I'm excited for this contest. You know, I think that these teams have played a couple times. I think the Cougars have come out on top the last two, and one of them in a tournament game and one of them over at Christian here about a month or so ago. So I think it should be a nice battle here, and I think the Cougars are going to keep the pressure up all game and see if they can convert those into some easy buckets and jump out to a lead here.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with jumping out to an early lead. As we start out here, we have Hayner, Walker, Mesa, Brittel, and Ritter in our starting lineup for the Lutheran High Cougars. They're going up against a pretty tough team here, not only particularly for the JV, but the varsity as well. So they have a pretty good feeder program going on here as we're about ready to start with the tip-off. And the jump ball comes and had a nice little bouncing around there as the Christian Eagles ended up getting it here. We ended up having number 21, R.J. Steckler from Christian High, ended up getting a two-point basket down below as we end up having to going around doing a little bit of loop-de-loop and doop-de-doo, if you want to say, as the ball goes out of bounds and it favors the Christian High Eagles going the other way.
Brian, there's going to be some battles underneath the boards there, when, you know, missed shot on the offensive and defensive end. So good effort by the Cougars so far.
It looks like Christian High came down and broke the press pretty well, but we had a foul on the floor against the Lutheran High Cougars here. So we're going to have the ball out of bounds. Number 25 for Christian High, Gabe McGee, is going to be taking that out. Actually, he passes it into Cody Heath up top, and he's dribbling around as they try and find the opening underneath. They got a pretty tall lineup here tonight. What do you think about that, Doug?
Well, they established that early with that inside bucket here. It looks like Steckler might go to work again on the inside.
He had a missed shot as we have a foul over the back on Nathan Brackenridge as he ends up with his first personal foul, and it's going to go the other way for the Lutheran High Cougars.
Well, that's a great box out by Mesa underneath. You know, the taller kid behind you had a good box out and drew the foul.
So, Doug, what do you know about a lot of these young men on the team here on the floor as a turnover happened and Christian High's coming the other way as the ball's knocked out of bounds by Brittel?
You know, they've been fun to watch, Brian. Like I said, they get up and down the court real quickly. A lot of good athletes on this team, on the Lutheran Cougar team, JV. So I like that pace, kind of up and down, up and down.
Up and down's not so bad as we have a three-point shot that goes awry, and the Cougars end up getting a nice little rebound, but trying to be a little too anxious and throwing the ball away as they tried to get a fast break the other end.
Well, Brittel had a great idea there to be able to push that forward and get an easy bucket in transition. We're going to need some more of those here to kind of being down 2-0.
I agree, as Cougars end up putting a full court press on and they're trying to break it, and they ended up doing it, but a wild pass from Christian High and a nice little pass back from the Cougars as we ended up getting a nice little bucket by Brittel on the transition there.
That's an effort bucket, Jay. That's an effort bucket there, Brian.
Yeah, I think that was a team effort on that one.
Absolutely.
And we had a kick ball as the Eagles are trying to break the press here, and now they got an advantage 2-on-1 and a very easy bucket. Nice little layup for McGee on the other end, and as the Eagles go up 4-2.
Well, the Eagles are definitely coming out more aggressive than they did the first two games, Brian, that we were playing. So
they had a drive into the lane, and the Eagles are pounding pretty hard on trying to get the rebounds here, and we finally come down with the rebound as Walker gets it, and he brings it up the floor for us. The Cougars are swinging it out to the outside. We have a nice little drive to the lane, missed bucket, and the Eagles get the ball back, turn it over abruptly, and going for the layup and missed a little chipper, just a 2-foot chipper by Mesa, and the Eagles get it going the other way. Seems like the Eagles are trying to spread the floor quite a bit here and drive around, a little chippy foul there, but it was on the floor. 13.
You know, Brian, there's been 2 of those fouls thus far that really didn't seem like much more, even hand checks hardly, and the officials are kind of trying to get a handle on this game so it doesn't get physical. So definitely going to have to be a change for how the Cougars usually play.
Yeah, I would agree. Connor comes in for Ritter, and as Bertel takes a seat as well, with Eagles coming down the court here, passing around to the outside, looking for a nice little opportunity as Cougars are man-to-man. They had a foul on the floor again. Actually, that was on the shot, and, well, they did call it on the floor. So Trey Billings was person that was fouled on the play as he's going up for the layup. So they're going to take the ball out underneath the basket. The Eagles are, as they're winning 4-2 right now in the first quarter.
Well, I thought Billings was going up for the shot there, and you know, obviously the official disagreed, and he's the one making the call.
Certainly looked like it as Billings took a 3-point shot and he airballed that one, and the Cougars are in transition. They have nice little easy bucket by Lucas Reed to tie the ball game 4-4.
Boy, nice hands by Lucas Reed there on that bomb pass, Brian.
Yeah, I would agree, and the Eagles are trying to do a little bit of fun stuff there, and they came in and they on the transition. They got a bucket very simply too by McGee to go up 6-4.
Both teams with good defensive pressure early in the game, Brian.
Yeah, I would agree as we got a 3-point shot going up. Air ball by the Cougars as the Eagles are in transition once again. They're coming down driving hard and trying to pass the ball quickly, and it looks like we have traveling on the plays going to the Cougars. With 3:22 left in the first quarter, the Eagles are up 6-4.
I don't think McGee, or rather, I don't think Breckenridge liked that call. I'm not sure I did either. I didn't see his pivot foot jump up there, but officials saw it differently, Brian.
Yeah, you know, those are the ones that count in this game, I believe.
Yeah, not us up in the booth here.
That is true. As we have the ball going out of bounds, and the Cougars going to be taking it back to the backcourt as number 13, Mr. Mesa, takes the ball up, and he's passing it around the perimeter and got a nice little drive with a layup that was just off the mark. The Eagles end up with the rebound, and I can see right now they like to run and gun a little bit. And the Eagles missed a nice little chip shot. Actually missed 2 of them, and we had an over the back as Nathan Breckenridge was trying to come in for the foul, or come in for the rebound, ended up with the foul. The Cougars ball underneath the basket.
Well, that's the second time that Mesa's drawn that over the back call. So good, being in good position, Sam, or Charlie was there.
I would agree, no doubt. And Bloss comes in for the Eagles, and you know, I like the idea of being able to have a little bit of aggression, if you will, from trying to get in and get a rebound. But sometimes you got to control yourself,
yep.
Or else you'll find yourself sitting on the bench.
That's right.
2 fouls early on. Wow, we had a nice little bucket there by Walker. Drove the lane, put the ball up, got the bucket, and he gets to go to the free throw line to see if he can convert the 3-point play.
That was a nice take by Dwayne, Brian, right into the hole and drew the contact and was able to force it up there to get a bucket and look for a 3-point play.
So 2:33 left. It's a tie ball game. Seems like we have a pretty good back and forth game going on right now as Walker hits the extra bucket for him and 3-point play. Nice.
That was nice. Coach Ritter so far has been subbing guys in and out here. It's about the 4th or 5th sub he's had, Brian. So again, those guys are getting up and down the court, and they're going to need a break and get back in the game right away. So I like the substitution pattern so far from Coach Ritter.
Yeah, I do too. As Ryan Bertel and Ryan Ritter also, they both come in as the Cougars try and continue the press, and the Eagles broke it once again with a nice little easy bucket by McGee to take the Eagles out 8-7. You don't see too many long balls coming up, and as I say that, we end up taking a 3-point shot, and a nice little rebound off of the 3-point shot by Reed. As he takes the ball back up, he gets fouled, so he's going to go to the line for 2.
Lucas Reed's been working real hard after coming in the game here, middle of the quarter. Brian got a nice breakaway layup, and then had a couple of nice rebounds and working pretty hard on both the offensive and defensive end, and getting rewarded with 2 free throws here.
He is. He missed the first one, and he's going to get an opportunity for the second one here very shortly.
Lucas Reed, the way he's playing, Brian, he's one who's going to be up for the Claw Award here, the coveted Claw Award at the end of this game.
The coveted Claw
Award.
Claw.
I mean, those are T-shirts the kids wear that said, "I earned the Claw." So definitely one here, and looking forward to giving that out here at the end of the game, Brian.
Definitely love that. The 6-foot forward sophomore as he converted on the second one, and certainly looks like we have another foul over the back as Eagles are getting a little aggressive. Number 25. Gabe McGee with the foul. Cougars have the ball underneath the basket with 1:51 left, and the score's all knotted up, 8-8.
Brian, I think that's the third over the back that's been called on the Christian Eagles, so good box out so far by the Cougars on the defensive end.
I would agree. It's nice to be able to see good fundamental defense happening as the Cougars were trying to play a really good team basketball right there, but one too many passes got away from him.
That was a great look by Connor Cameron going on the weak side there, looking for an easy bucket.
Once again, the Cougars are out in a full court press, and the Eagles are trying to break it, and nice block. We had a nice block by Lucas Reed. Once again, the 6-foot sophomore coming through, and that leads to a nice little easy transition bucket by Ryan Ritter to make it 10-8 as the Eagles call timeout on the side. Actually, looked like maybe a foul on the coaches or somehow. Maybe there was some jawing going on. I haven't seen that.
A little confusion there. Couldn't really tell what happened, Brian.
Yeah, it seemed odd. Regardless, it's the Eagles' ball as they bring it up to the half court as they're trying to break the press. I think they found a little bit of a combination going across court and coming down pretty hard and then swinging it out to the outside as they just did as number 3, Tank Billings, faked the 3, drove in for the nice little easy bucket. And Cougars are in transition. We got a nice little 3-point taking a shot there that went way off the mark, and we had Steckler coming up with the rebound on that one. The ball thrown away underneath the bucket, underneath the Cougars bucket. They get the ball back, and a little bit of sloppy play going on right here, right now.
Well, Billings had a nice idea leading Heath with that bucket, and Heath didn't have the same going back, so.
I would agree, and Steckler once again came up and ended up with a block as we had a little bit of a travel going on right here. It's going to be Cougars ball going the other way with the score tied 10-10 with 32 seconds left in the first quarter. You know, Steckler on the Christian High team, he's a tall little boy over there. He's a sophomore, but he seems to be 6'5", 6'6", perhaps. It looks like he might be able to grow a little bit more.
I think so, Brian.
Errant pass by the Cougars as they're going in transition. The Eagles, nice little easy bucket by Tank Billings to go up by 2. Once again, the Cougars are coming down. Nice little pass underneath. We got a foul. Lucas Reed is going to be going to the line shooting 2.
Oh, another good play underneath, and Lucas is just demanding the ball down below there, and the kids are getting it to him, and he's getting free throws and easy buckets. So good quarter for Lucas Reed, Brian.
I would agree. He's doing a lot of hustling. He's going to the bucket. He's watching the floor. He sees it really well, and he's also distributing the ball pretty well. On the front side, he makes the first one of 2 points try here as he's coming up to the second one. Getting to 1 point advantage for the Eagles, and the next one is on its way. And it went in and out.
Got to play good defense here last 5 seconds.
Yeah, got to stay up close to him. We got 1 second left, and we got a foul right before the half. Looks like it's going to be Eagles ball on the far side.
Oh boy, Brian. I'm not sure if I agree with that call. It just looked like good pressure defense here, and you really want to make a call like that when it wasn't a foul, even with about a half a second left. So rough call for the Cougars to be fouling with 35 feet away from the bucket.
Yeah, I would agree. A little over-eagerness going on, but there's 2 seconds left as they put 2 seconds back on the clock, and they're trying to throw it in underneath, and that was a ball out of bounds. Looks like they're going to take it on the other side, and it'll be Cougars ball now.
I don't think any time came off the clock as nobody touched it.
Yeah, nobody touched it. It went off the rim and went strictly onto the other side. It's Cougars shot. One last shot. They're going to put a prayer up, and they do. From half-court shot done by Bertel, and it was just off the mark. And after one, 12-11, the Eagles. Doug, tell me a little bit about some of the nice sponsors that we have here for tonight's game.
Absolutely, Brian. First of all, on our gold level, thank you very much to Signature Orthopedics for helping us bring the contest to you tonight and all of our contests here at Lutheran High, as well as our silver sponsors, Athletico Physical Therapy, A&W All-American Food. Visit their restaurant at 3788 Elm Street in St. Charles, owned by Jim Sill and Jim Sprick. And then finally, Car Shield. Thank you to Ricky and Lynn Bertel for their support of Lutheran Cougars athletics and our overall activities program here at Lutheran High School again. So again, Signature Medical, Athletico, A&W All-American Food, and Car Shield. Thank you very much.
That just kind of makes me a little bit hungry. You start talking about A&W.
You know, last time my kids, Brian, were listening to the broadcast here, my little 6-year-old daughter at home, and I get home and she says, Dad, I want to go to A&W. So these sponsors are definitely going to get their money's worth out of me and my family.
There's nothing wrong with that. And
nope.
A&W brings back a lot of good memories for me as a young man going down to 2nd Street. They had an A&W down there, and you get a nice little boat of a car filled with a nice little hamburger and some fries and a drink.
There you go.
Cougars take the ball out as they swing the ball around, looking for something inside. They continue to swing the ball to the outside, now back to the top, and defense is pretty good here for the Eagles. I don't know if they know exactly what's going to happen here, but, there's no shot clock. So they're okay on that. Got a nice three-point shot, went up off the mark by Bertel, and the ball goes out of bounds. And the Eagles are going to get it back as they're up by 1 with 6:33 left in the second.
Well, good movement with that ball, Brian, and just had a good opportunity for a good shot. And those are going to fall here next time we take one.
Somebody once told me you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, so keep throwing them up there, right?
Yep. Michael Jordan can't score if you don't shoot.
He kind of had a little bit of something to say about the NBA and scoring. There's no doubt about that.
Yes, he did.
As the Eagles feed the ball into the big guy down below, he did a nice little spin move, kissed the ball off the backboard, and went in for Steckler.
That was a nice move by Steckler underneath the basket. He knew right what he wanted to do with it, Brian.
I agree. If I keep looking at Steckler there, I'm going to say he's going to have some pretty good success at the varsity level when it's his time. The Eagles are dominating the board underneath. Just as I say that, Cougars get it. Bringing it up in transition as we're going floor to floor, coast to coast. Shot off the mark, and the Eagles get it back as the Cougars come back on defense. Had a nice foul there on the drive. It looked like number 10 actually had the foul on Hayner for the Cougars, and the Eagles going to get the ball below the bucket.
Well, again, on that last possession, Lucas Reed had another block. Again, continues to build his case for the coveted Claw Award, so playing well.
The Claw Award, is that with a C or with a K?
You know what? We haven't really figured that out yet. Being such a new to the broadcast game here, we're going to have to ask our Director of Sports Technology, Brent Gossett, for some update there on how we should be spelling the Claw, with a K or a C. So, it's coming.
With a K.
He says with a K. I don't know. We'll see.
The K sounds pretty good, actually, but if you wouldn't mind, give us a little bit of the bronze.
The bronze sponsors, absolutely,
sponsors.
Brian. So thank you again. I got to have a lot of these here that support Lutheran High School. And John Manufacturing, AMP Restoration, Ben-Hur Construction, Joe Pallardy of Pallardy Electric, Brannicky Hardware, Midas Hospitality, CertaPro Painters, Spring Green Lawn Care, the Kyle Hannigan Real Estate Group, SCS Telecom Supply, Claims Adjusters, and Impression Apparel. Appreciate the support we have at Lutheran High School from all of our sponsors, our corporate sponsors.
Yeah, Doug, as you know, having the sponsors keeps us rocking and rolling at the sports level, as well as being able to bring these broadcasts to you.
Absolutely, and it helps pay the salary of our Director of Sports Technology sitting to my right here, Brent Gossett. So he demands the high price of 2 sodas per game. So
2 sodas, there you go. Steckler has a nice little 2-point play, good post up, and went in really hard for the bucket and getting rewarded for it as the Eagles are back in transition. Little layup by number 25, Gabe McGee, and the Eagles have come out to a 7-point lead here as they seem to know what they're doing right now with a foul on the Eagles against the Cougars. It's going to be a 2-point shot.
Brian, I'm going to say the team playing with the most aggression so far and most aggressive and also playing with a sense of urgency is definitely the Eagles here. They're kind of outpacing the Cougars early part of this game.
Yeah, I would agree. It almost seems like we're trying to catch up with them, and they're taking it to us a bit right now. We're going to have to turn the tide around there as number 15, James Bloss, comes in to play. And we hit the front end of the 2-point extra shot from the line as we continue to move forward with Ryan Ritter at the line, and second shot's just off the mark, and the Eagles get the rebound. Once again, the Cougars are into full court press, and the Eagles seem like they're handling that press pretty well as they take a shot and off the mark, and we're going to take it the other way as Hayner takes the ball coast to coast. Nice little dish, and missed the left hand chippy shot, if you will. We got a jump ball underneath the basket, and it's going to go the Eagles' way.
You know, hopefully the Cougars kind of wake up here a little bit and start playing, get on the aggressive, Brian, and are able to get on the attack. Being down 6 here in the middle of the second quarter.
I would agree with you as we get called on the foul once again. Bertel ended up getting a blocking foul as the Eagles are trying to break the press, and we have a one-on-one situation with Tank Billings at the line.
Well, it'll be interesting here, Brian, with the Cougars having 8 guys dressed out tonight. If we continue to foul at this rate, we're going to be at a point where we only have 5 guys and don't have a few guys fouled out. So looks like the Eagles have a few more kids on their bench down at the far end there.
Yeah, Connor Cameron comes in after the successful attempt on the first side of the one-on-one. The second side of the one-on-one's coming up, and Tank Billings is measuring the shot right now. He hits both as the Eagles go up over the Cougars by 8 with 4:27 left in the second quarter. And we're swinging it around. Nice little give and go on that play. And I tell you, it looked to me like we had a nice little block shot there, but it is a foul called on Steckler, and we're going to go to the line as Mesa's going to shoot 2.
Mesa taken into the land of the trees there. Pump fake goes up and draws a foul. So now it looks like we're got a technical foul here. Like it might have been called on the Christian High coach over there. So technical foul on the Christian High coach. I think you're right, Brian. Earlier he was the one who was John at the official, and I think the official just said, "I've had enough."
I've had enough, and he tees it up. So we're going to get 2 shots here, and then we'll get the ball back as well.
I think it'll be 4 shots in the ball, won't it?
Yeah, because
2 shots for the foul and the 2 shots for the technical foul.
Exactly. So Mason missed the first of 2. And he made the next. So we're cut the lead down by 7, 20-13 with 4:19 left, and they're deciding on who to have the technical foul shots. And in walks Isaiah Hayner for 2 shots.
And I'm willing to put a little bit of money on this. If I were a betting man, he's going to make both. He is a phenomenal free throw shooter, Brian.
He made the first.
I'd hope I didn't jinx him, but I'm thinking it's going in.
I don't think you jinxed him at all.
There you go.
Boom. Mic drop on that one. Made 2 right away, cutting the lead by 5. And the Cougars get the ball out of bounds. Connor Cameron throwing the ball in to Mason. Mason brings it up to the top of the key. And they're passing the ball around. And now they're driving the lane. Nice little shot off the mark. Steckler for the Eagles gets it as well. Having the tall trees underneath like that, it's very difficult to be able to defend, particularly on the offensive rebound side. And the Eagles traveled, and here we go. The Cougars going to get the ball underneath the basket, bringing it the other way.
Looks like when Bloss got the ball underneath, he wasn't really sure what he wanted to do with it and kind of just walked. So ball goes back to the Cougars.
And there's a travel as well. Boy, they're pretty tight on their calls tonight, as Ryan Ritter, when he got the ball, seemed to hop as he got the ball, and they called the traveling on him pretty quickly.
Yep. Now it looks like we got our first shout out of the night sent into our texting the Claw number here. Glenn Mankin says he's actually enjoying this, sitting in his office, watching there, and appreciates the work of our sponsors helping us out. So
that's awesome. Thank you, Glenn, for the shout out, as Cougars drove the lane, missed a bucket, got the rebound, but were stepped in and out of bounds as that was happening. And Eagles get the ball back, bringing it up as we are gone. A little bit of, looks like man-to-man now. No more full court press for the time being. And, you know, I think this is actually a good call because the Eagles were figuring out how to break the press on us as we have a traveling call against the Eagles, and Cougars are going to get the ball back with 3:22 left, 20-15 Eagles over the Lutheran High Cougars.
Yeah, I like what Coach Ritter did there, you know, number one with his substitution patterns, but now also adjusting defenses here. I think this is the fourth different defense we've been in, Brian.
Yeah, particularly with a young team and being JV, mixing up the defenses can really mess with the opponent's psyche, if you will, because it makes it a little difficult to be able to figure out what needs to be done as they get the rebound, bringing it the other way. And he was just out of kilter trying to do a little too much with that. Of course, we turned the ball over trying to do a little too much on our end. And Steckler goes in for the easy two-point bucket with the opportunity for a three-point play as Lucas Reed came in with just a little over-aggressive and fouled him on the play.
Really did. You know, he went up for a nice block there and just obviously did not get much of the ball, if any. And if you're going to go up like that, you can't let him get the ball up to the bucket and potential three-point play. Just give him the 2 free throws.
And Mr. Steckler hits the free bonus. Ends up with a three-point play as we come down the court, take a three-point basket, and just came up just a little bit short. A little back and forth going on. We just have to have a few good stands here to be able to try and stop the Eagles as we get charged with a foul by number 10, Mr. Hayner, and it's going to be the Eagles' ball.
Actually, I think it's going to be Cougars' ball. I think it's an offensive foul on Heath. I wondered if the official was going to call that. Heath, as he dribbled in there, has his arm bar sticking out, and obviously you can't do that. That's a stiff arm in football, but not appropriate on the basketball court.
You got that right, and thanks for the correction as Cougars turn the ball over, and the Eagles are pressing pretty hard trying to get to the bucket. And once again, Steckler gets an easy two-point bucket as he takes the ball from the top of the key and just goes right in for a nice little easy two-point bucket. Cougars going, driving for the layup, and looked like a nice little block, but the referee said differently. We're going to have a 2-point opportunity from the free throw line for Mr. Cameron.
Brian, I think I agree with these Christian fans over here getting a little upset with the officials right now. That looked like a pretty clean block, but obviously, again, we're not the ones officiating, so good block, but Connor will be at the line shooting 2.
Connor missed the first of 2, and we have a couple substitutions coming in. We have Mr. Walker, and we also, I didn't see who the other one that came in yet.
Ryan Bertel, Brian.
Ryan Bertel came in. So mixing up a little bit of the offense. We're going to have some fresh legs underneath of us for the Cougars, and as we line up for the second free throw here, we will find out if he's successful, and just went off the back of the rim, bounced back out, but nice little attentive Cougar rebound as Bertel's at the top of the key surveying the court, and they're swinging the ball around the outside looking for the open opportunity underneath. And I like that little weave play that they do and kick the ball back out. And we had a foul underneath by Mesa, and that one was just a chippy. He should have let that one go.
Yeah, you know, again, you're 100 feet or 90 feet from the basket. You know, I will say, though, I do like what Mesa's been able to do. He has drawn 2 over-the-back calls on the Eagles, and he's made a couple of steals, and he's had a couple of nice offensive rebounds. Definitely another candidate for the coveted Claw Award.
Claw with a K.
Well, I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. As we continue to work on our branding here on how we are actually going to do things with our TV channels, if you will, our live stream broadcast here.
There you go as the Eagles make the front end of the one-on-one. They're up 26-15 with 1:57 left in the second. And they missed the second. And Bertel gets the rebound as he brings it up, surveys the area, kicks it back out. They got a nice little bob and weave going, and great teamwork underneath. And I think that shot may have been partially blocked because they have a foul called underneath against the Eagles.
Yeah, I think Mesa's going to go to the line and shoot here, Brian. She'll shoot 2, I believe. I think they're in the double bonus, correct?
They are in the double bonus. 10 fouls. So there has been a lot of fouls going on in this first half. I think that they've been calling some cheap ones, but they definitely got their money's worth on a few other ones as well.
Absolutely.
Nice on the front end. Mason made the first one. Second one will be coming here pretty soon. And he made the second one. So the Cougars are down by 9 with a minute 54 left, and they're still doing a full court press. And the Eagles broke it pretty easily, but then slipped as they were trying to make a cut to the basket. Fell down and becomes the Cougars' ball as Connor Cameron is going to take the ball out.
Well, you'd like to see the Cougars make a little run here and maybe cut this to about 6 or 7 points before halftime, Brian.
Yeah, I would agree. Nice little surge, a nice little run before halftime. It's not going to happen with passes like that, but the Cougars do get the ball back and gives them a little bit of a man advantage, but with the Eagles player down. But now the Eagles get the ball back, and they too are trying to run on the other end. And I think this game's getting a little wild right now.
Now it's a little wild here.
Eagles got a easy transition bucket as Billings makes the transition layup for a 2-point basket.
Well, a couple sloppy passes there by the Cougars, and then obviously led to a quick, fast break. So haven't really hit much threes early part of this game, Brian, this first half. So maybe we're due for a three-pointer on this possession.
I would agree. It looks like they're trying to set up, although they fed the ball inside and an errant pass. The Eagles get it back, and they're in transition with a nice little easy opportunity to make a bucket, and they certainly do as Billings cleans the mop up, or with the mess, if you will, and the Cougars get the ball back, and they're going to either have to start hitting some threes or playing some very good sound offensive basketball here.
Absolutely are, Brian.
Yeah, Bertel had a nice little spin move as he went to the bucket and got fouled by Steckler from the Eagles, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, I don't think the Christian fans like that call either, but I think that one actually was a pretty good foul, pretty good call by the officials. Bertel will shoot 2 here to try to cut this lead to 11 before halftime, Brian. And it looks like the official is going to have another talk with the official over there. So that's the hard part about being an official, Brian. Probably job that I definitely could never do myself, because you're always going to be wrong no matter what.
At least 50% of the time with the fans.
50% of the time you're going to be wrong. With half the fans, you're wrong every time, yes.
Well, I say you're wrong 100% of the
you're
time
right.
with half the fans.
There you
That's
go.
what we're trying to
there
say.
you go. Yeah, you're smarter than me. You say it. I'll just shake my head and say, yeah, you're right.
Yes. So we have Bertel at the line with the front end of the 2 free throws. He misses the first, and the substitution for the Eagles as Dobson comes in, and he gives a break to number 40, Nathan Brackenridge.
Well, and that's probably a good call by the Christian coach to pull out one of your better players there, not pick up a cheap foul here with just a half minute left.
Yeah, as Bertel makes the second end of the 2-point try on the free throws. Looks like the Eagles are trying to break the press, and little sloppy play once again, but the Cougars got the ball back. We've got a foul heading in with 19 seconds left, and we're going to go back to the line shooting one-on-one as Ryan Ritter is going to get the opportunity to do so.
Yeah, is he shooting 2 here, Brian, or is he shooting 1-on-1?
We will find out after the first shot. He makes the first shot, he's going to make 2.
There you go. He's going to get 2 in that double bonus here. I don't know what the Cougars have been so far in the first half for free throws, but it's probably not a real high percentage. Been missing a lot of gimmies.
I would agree. And one of the things that an adjustment you need to make at the second half is the Cougars get the ball back. Nice little play coming back in. Just a little antsy on trying to make the nice easy bucket. Has got somebody underneath. Bertel drives the lane. Nice easy bucket. That was awesome by Bertel for the 2-point bucket, and Eagles throw the ball away as time runs out for the second half or second quarter as Eagles was up 30-22 over the Cougars at halftime.
Well, you know, Brian, being down 12 there and now being down 8, we did have a nice run. We just didn't have the run quite when we wanted to. Being down 9 would have been nice to be down 5 here, but being down 8 after a relatively sloppy first half, and I mean, not only by the Cougars, I think both teams had some plays and some buckets they'd like to have back, opportunities to shoot again. So it'll be interesting what Coach Ritter does at halftime here with the Cougars. Again, after playing Christian High 2 times here and winning the first 2 on the JV level, and now being in a dogfight here, down 8 at halftime.
So what type of adjustments would you make or suggest for Coach Ritter as we move forward for the second half?
Well, I would take a sip of water and lean on my assistant coaches, because I'm not the right guy to ask that question.
One of the things that I look at is slowing down becomes fast, if you will, and slowing down, trying to really do the plays and execute appropriately would be something that would work out, in my opinion. Another thing to think about is trying to break the press. The Eagles broke the press pretty easily against us, the Cougars that is, and if maybe perhaps we settle in and do a half-court press and allow them to be able to bring the ball up and not get into a run-and-gun type of game.
I think that's a great idea, Brian. I'm looking forward to seeing that here. Well, we got about 9 minutes left in halftime here, and I think we're going to go to some commercials from Brent Gossett. Has a few of our gold and silver sponsor commercials to play, so we're going to go on break here, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Say thank you to the place that matters most, starting with a free estimate from CertaPro Painters. Whatever the painting project, your local neighborhood CertaPro Painters will do the job beautifully. Start your on-site or remote estimate today at CertaPro.com. Proven and trusted experts in painting.
Physical therapy is usually the thing you're told to do after medication, x-rays, or even surgery. But what if the best way to fix your aches and pains is to start where you normally finish? At Athletico, our therapists, the same ones who work with world-class athletes and professional dancers, can transform your pain before it progresses to something worse. Because the sooner you start with physical therapy, the sooner you can start changing everything. And it all starts here with no prescription needed at Athletico. Schedule your free assessment today.
Hi, I'm Pat Maroon, 2019 Stanley Cup champion. And I know that if your car's out of warranty, an expensive car breakdown can put your wallet in the penalty box. Call the team I trust at CarShield. Well, you'll never have to pay for covered repairs again. They've helped millions of drivers save on expensive car repairs. And CarShield covers most vehicles. I said most. With MVP claim service, you can take your car to any certified mechanic or dealer you want. And if you're like me, you can score your very own hat trick with roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage at no additional cost. Don't let expensive car repairs put the hurt on you. Call CarShield now before your car breaks down. They'll keep you in the game and put your repair bills on ice.
Call now for a free and instant protection plan quote. It's only a matter of time until repairs are needed. And once your car breaks down, it's too late. Call 1-800-559-8453. 1-800-559-8453.
Had a grade 3 AC separation in my right shoulder. That's the first ever season-ending injury I had.
Tore my shoulder, my labrum, had a few anchors put in, and my rotator cuff was pretty much gone.
Defensive is the position that I like playing, so there's a lot of slide tackling and elbows being thrown.
I am still actively playing tennis without braces on my knees.
This time last year, I couldn't do what I'm doing. I'm doing everything now that I can since the surgery. I'm just really glad I did it.
You're in for a real treat at A&W. New real fruit shakes and sundaes. Choose from pineapple, strawberry, or blackberry. Try one now. It might just be the cherry on top of your day. Only at your local A&W.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
Well, welcome back, all you basketball fans. I'm Brian Bradensteiner, along with my partner here, Doug Kuhlman. Mr. Doug, we have 50-something seconds left before we start the second half here, and it'll be interesting to see what some of these halftime adjustments are all going to be about.
Yeah, absolutely, Brian. I mean, I think part of it is just an attitude adjustment. and just say, hey, get rid of the sloppy play. I mean, obviously the scheme is just fine for both teams. I think it's a matter of just effort and getting up and down the court and playing mistake-free with the ball.
I would agree as the Cougars bring the ball out for their opportunity to start the second half. And right away I see a whole new offense for the Cougars. As they came out, they were 4 high with 1 run at the baseline, and now they're starting to do a little bit of a bob and weave, looking for the open man coming off of a pick off the top. And they found it right there, but good defense by the Eagles as the ball swings back out, goes up to the top, fakes to the left side, goes back to the left side, and they're looking for the right opportunity, and I think they just missed a little bit of an opportunity right there with a cut as Bertel goes to the bucket very well, and they definitely made some adjustments as Bertel gets a foul on the drive to the bucket, and he's going to the line for 2 shots.
I'll tell you what, I'm able to get around those defenders from the Eagles.
I would agree. He misses the front end of the 2-point shot, and what's interesting about that is that he's got a really good, quick first step, as you were talking about, particularly trying to get to the bucket from the top of the key as he has the second shot, goes through right away and cuts the lead of the Eagles to 7. And the Cougars come out with a full court press and ends up having a foul on the sideline as they ended up bouncing bodies off of each other. And when you do that in basketball, it pretty much can guarantee being a foul.
Yeah, you're going to pick up that foul.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what. Oh, nice block, boy! He went up for a nice little. Well, they did call it a block. They were looking at trying and change the outcome of that, but we had a nice little block on the play, and we fell asleep on the inbound pass there, and it made a nice little easy opportunity for the bucket, and Steckler goes up and cleans the trash up for the 2-point basket. And I tell you, they just seem to be a little bit more hungry than what the Cougars are right now as we drive directly to the bucket. Nice little left-handed layup by Isaiah Hayner to cut the lead by 7 as the Cougars are continuing to be in a full court press. And they had a nice little break of the press, and Eagles threw the ball away. Cougars get it back, coming back down. They got a couple of options open here, and now they're surveying the field and the court, and obviously the ball went up. We have over the back on a rebound opportunity as Mesa comes up over the back. It's going to be the Eagles' ball going the other way.
Well, Mesa's a little frustrated with himself on that. He kind of knew, hey, I shouldn't jump there, and he did. And I don't know how many fouls. I think it's 3rd foul, so Mesa's going to have to sit on the bench for a little bit.
Yeah, Mesa's going to have to cool down and collect his thoughts as Connor Cameron comes in to take his place. And we have full court press once again, and as I've stated many times, Eagles seem like they have a pretty easy opportunity on breaking the press against us, and looks like we have a shooting two foul against the Cougars as they went up for a block and fouled from behind.
Well, it looks like Bertel had him clean there, and they're going to call that foul on Dwayne Walker on the front side. So, and again, I think that's his 3rd or 4th foul. Looks like it's his 4th foul, Brian.
Yeah, that's his 4th foul, and that's going to hurt a little bit. He's going to sit down for a while, particularly this early in the ball game. Yet that's a blow to the Cougars.
Now, the way he's been able to drive to the bucket and get up and down and have some defensive pressure on the press, that's going to be a loss with Dwayne having to sit for a little bit.
Yeah, so Dwayne sits down, Lucas comes in, and Steckler's at the line shooting the second half of the two-shot foul here. He misses the second. The Cougars on top of the rebound as they bring the ball up, and settling back down into defense are the Eagles, and as the Cougars survey, trying to get another pick off. Nice little stutter step, but too much of a stutter as Cameron ends up traveling. It's the Eagles' ball going the other way.
Yeah, that's one of those plays where, you know, they might call it at the high school level. I'm not sure if that was a travel, but you see it in the NBA all the time. You see it in college, but they don't let you get away with it in high school level.
I think they make a little more in the NBA. They probably don't want to see everybody traveling all the time.
I think you're right.
The Eagles throw the ball away. Cougars' ball coming the other way as we have Bertel throwing the ball in, and we're bringing the ball up as Ritter as he surveys the opportunity for a nice little open basket and tried to drive the lane, not quite there, brings it back out to the top, swings it around to the far side, and now they're surveying the court trying to figure out what needs to happen. They're going to try and set some picks, as you can see, do a little weave and nice little drive to the basket, cut off by the Eagles. Surveying number 10 coming in, nice little spin move, kicks it back out. Opportunity, he missed a shot right there, did the stutter step and traveled.
Yeah, again, I think that was the same thing that Connor got called for just a second ago, Brian. I didn't see a travel, but obviously the official did. I'm surprised Hayner didn't go up with the ball when he had an open lane to the bucket there.
Yeah, that comes back to the same credo we were talking earlier. You're going to miss all the shots you don't take. Eagles get the ball back, and they're trying to work really hard as Steckler gets a couple rebounds, goes up strong with the 2-point bucket. With 4:10 left, the Eagles are up 34-25 over the Cougars with a nice 3-point bucket by Hayner. Downtown, Mr. Brown.
I was just going to say the Cougars need to cut into this lead. I think that might be our first 3-pointer of the game, Brian. We haven't really hit much from outside.
I think it is our first 3-point opportunity that was made, and Cougars just collapsed on defense there and didn't quite do what they needed to do, and the Eagles ended up getting an easy basket as Coach Ritter's not very happy with the team right now. He calls a timeout trying to settle them down to figure out what needs to be done next.
Yeah, that was a 100% hustle play by Steckler. I mean, he just got good position underneath and picked up the loose ball and got a cheap basket. So good job by Steckler. And he's had a few of those, been in the right place at the right time. I mean, he's been impressive. If we were given a claw award for the Eagles, he might be up for the running, but we are only giving it to the Cougars. So,
well, rightfully so. We need to give the claw award to the Cougars.
We do. We absolutely do. Yeah.
I do have to say, do you think it's too early to try and start taking the long ball beyond the 3-point arc to try and cut into this lead?
Well, the stroke that Hayner had there, I might give him the ball a few more times from free throw line extended or the top of the key and let him go to work. I mean, he's 1 for 1. I don't think we have had another one, so wouldn't mind seeing him pop a couple more from deep. He seems to have a real nice stroke, Brian.
He does. He seemed pretty poised and under duress even. He was calm and hit that shot very nicely. As the Eagles are going to come out here pretty soon and with an 8-point lead as they're going to be on the defensive as the Cougars get the ball underneath the Eagles' basket, bringing it up the court here very soon.
Well, now's when you want to cut into that lead. You're down 8 right now, Brian. It's closest we've been in quite a while, so.
I would agree with you. We got a nice little easy bucket underneath as Lucas ends up with the 2-point basket. But boy, that was great teamwork as Hayner saw the opportunity and passed the ball underneath, and we got the 2-point basket. The Cougars are playing some really good, tough defense right now. They just need to be able to stand their ground as the Eagles are starting to lose a little bit of composure. You can see that the Cougars are coming back, and they want to play some game here.
Yep, I think now's the time to make that run, Brian.
I would agree. And the way you make the run is defense, 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 and get back on D and take your time and poise as the Eagles end up with a nice little 2-point bucket, extend their lead back to 8. And the Cougars are looking at trying to be able to go underneath, but I really think that they need a nice little left-handed bucket by Bertel. It helps with the lead on that, but we've got to be smart and not foul too easily here, and he's giving him a hard time as the Eagles are going down, and they ended up getting a foul on the play anyway.
Yeah, you know, he was kind of all over him there. Good pressure defense and just got him a little bit too much. So Cougars' 4th or 5th foul of the 3rd quarter here. So we keep fouling like that. We're going to put the Eagles at the line shooting 1-on-1 here pretty quick, Brian, before the quarter ends.
Yeah, I would agree. As Mesa comes in and we have Ritter taking a little bit of a breather, but one of the things that we may end up doing as the Eagles throw the ball away, Bertel, nice little crossover dribble as he goes in to try and take it all the way and misses the first, but then Lucas comes in and gets an easy 2-point bucket, cut the lead to 4. This is what I like to be able to see with the opportunity with the Cougars as they're moving their feet, they're seeing the court, they're pressing down on the ball very quickly, and they're not giving the Eagles very many good opportunities.
No, Lucas Reed, right place, right time, makes a good swat at the ball. They're going to pick up the foul and put Heath to the line, Brian, but I think you're right. We've now cut into this lead and take it from 12 points down to 4. Nice little run by the Cougars the last couple minutes.
Definitely nice little run by the Cougars as We have Heath at the line shooting 2, but with 2:10 left, the Cougars are only down by 4, 38-34. As Heath misses the first one and the opportunity for the second one coming up. You know, I do like the idea of the Cougars moving their feet a lot, and defense is going to win this whole thing, but we have to continue to work at looking at down low, being able to take those opportunities as we can. And of course, with this, every now and then being able to pop a three-point bucket in if we can. And as the Cougars bring the ball down, they fake the ball down low, they're setting up their offense as Bertel swings it to the near side of us as Mesa gets the ball, swings it back to Bertel. He takes a nice little dribble to the left-handed side, goes up with the right hand and makes the bucket, two-point basket. And the Cougars are only down by 2 right now as they off the made basket. They're doing a full court press, and they give the ball to Steckler as he's bringing the ball up. Nice little behind the back move, but we got some pretty pesky defense going on right now. I really like the idea of moving the feet right there as the foul's called, and it looks like the Eagles are going to get the ball on the far side.
Yeah, it was a tough call right there. You know, Connor did a nice job playing defense, and I think he just guy bringing the ball up the court got a little frustrated, put that arm out there and caught Connor a little bit with it, but loved that defensive pressure.
I agree. A lot of times it's the second person that gets called for the foul.
Absolutely.
And that particularly happened right there as the Eagles are setting up, throwing the ball in. They get the ball to Heath, who kicks it back out to Steckler, who, if I had to say, his feet were on the line, but they called a three-point bucket. Boy, that was a dagger a bit as the Cougars come back down, and they give the ball right back to Bertel, who is nice and smooth and easy. Misses the bucket as it was partially blocked, and Lucas comes in and gets the two-point bucket as the Cougars are down by 3. The Eagles are coming back up. Good defense by the Cougars as the ball gets knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, good punch out there by Bertel. Thought that might go the Cougars' direction, but not quite. And again, Lucas Reed, right place at right time. Brian picks that up a nice basket underneath.
Yeah, I certainly like Lucas's hustle and his intention on being able to play. He's given it everything that he got, which is really nice to be able to see as Richard Caleros comes in, and he's going to get the opportunity to play some pretty good defense. And Eagles had a nice play to move the ball underneath for a nice little two-point bucket. Easy layup with a foul, and we're going to have the opportunity for Mr. Heath to go to the line to make a three-point play.
Well, and I think Mason picked up that 4th foul there underneath. I didn't see it, but nice play by Heath, kind of getting open underneath and catching the ball and putting in a three-point play here. Opportunity for one.
I would agree. He's not a very tall individual, but he uses his body well, particularly underneath the bucket, and he gets good position on our defenders and puts the bucket in pretty easily on a couple of times as the Cougars bring it back down, surveying the field, throw the ball away. Had a nice opportunity for Bertel underneath, but the pass was just a little bit out of the outstretched hands there as Cougars are down by 6 with 52.7 seconds left in the third, 44-38. Eagles bring the ball back up, surveying the field, and they just lose the ball. That was just nice effort on the Cougars by trying to get the ball, number 13 Mesa, but he was stepped on the line as he was trying to save the ball, and it's the Eagles' ball on the inbound play.
Well, and Mesa's playing good pressure defense with those 4 fouls too, Brian.
It's always good to be up in somebody's faces. Steckler just went in, drove the lane, and gave the ball up and missed an easy two-point bucket, but in transition, the Eagles give the ball back up. Little sloppy play right now with a few seconds left. The Eagles going the other way. Easy opportunity with Steckler open. Ball was thrown away, and we had the ball out of bounds. Coming to Cougars' way, 44-38 with 25 seconds left. As Ryan Ritter comes back in, I would imagine Ryan Ritter has the opportunity to be able to put up a 3 here pretty soon too, if we can find the opportunity for him. Patel gets the ball to the outside, fakes the 3, goes in for a nice little easy opportunity, goes off the rim. The Eagles come down charging hard, and they miss the layup. Eagles are charged with the fouls. The Cougars get the rebound, trying to go the other way and stoppage of play. Looks like number 2, Dre Dobson, with the foul.
Boy, that's a rough call right there. You know, you're 90 feet away from the basket and you only have 6 seconds, kind of helter-skelter. Now you give the Cougars a chance to set up for a shot here.
They're going to have to pick their way to do it. Bertel goes floor to floor. He gets hammered. They called a charge on Bertel. I did not see that whatsoever. He was going in for the layup and got hammered on the way up, but apparently the Eagles had their feet set and end up having a charging foul against against Bertel. Eagles get the ball back with 1 second. They're going to try a baseball pass, and unsuccessfully, shall I say. Cougars got the opportunity to do a three-quarter court shot off the mark. Heading into the fourth quarter, Doug, we're 44-38. Cougars are down by 6. Valiant effort in third quarter. Good adjustments on the Cougars.
They really did. Cougars really did come out and make some adjustments, Brian, and they also had an opportunity to cut into that lead, and they did. They cut that lead in half, and now you just got to have those few more points here in the fourth quarter. So, you got to win the third quarter, and now you got to win this fourth quarter by 7 if you want to come out victorious here tonight, Brian.
I would agree. Now is the opportunity for us to be able to give some recognition to our sponsors once again. Doug, do you have any sponsors on the blue level?
Blue level, thank you, Brian. Nigel and Amy Malterer, Shamrock's Bar and Grill, Sacred Grounds, Mascots Bar and Grill, and Alan and Christy Kaufman. And on the gray level, Vince and Kristen Bonham, Mark Cherry and Dr. Wendy Meyer Cherry, Wes and Kelly Colbert, Debbie Martins, Butch and Gina Powley, and Russ and Teresa Shindahedi. Thank you very much for your support of Lutheran High School.
Once again, we're very thankful for all of the sponsors that participate to be able to allow the Lutheran High Cougars to do what they do best, which is play Christian sports with a great attitude and obviously have Christ in the center of everything with the academics as well.
Absolutely. Well put, Brian. This will be a fun fourth quarter here, Brian. Fun last 7 minutes of the game.
That's exactly right. If you're not ready to put the bootstraps on and pull them up, the Eagles get the ball. I don't know who's not going to be ready doing this, as I have a little bit of sloppy play. The Eagles trying to work the ball down low, and they had nice play as Steckler gets the up and under bucket, easy bucket in transition, and we're coming back, and I think the adjustment came back to say, hey, we need to start taking some threes, and Hayner tried to put a three up and came up just short, and they're going to have some pretty good pressure here, and we got the ball going out of bounds. Looks like we have a foul, and we may have a 5th foul on number 11, Mr. Walker.
Yeah, I think Dwayne just picked up his 5th foul right there. I'm not sure if I saw it, but again, it was physical, but it was physical on both ends, so rough way to foul out, especially with 6.5 minutes, but has played a great game, especially on the defensive end, and he'll have to play the next game.
Yeah, I would agree. And playing the next game or playing a decent 3.5 quarters, if you will. Love the guy's ambition of being able to go out and try and work hard. And sometimes you get the call, sometimes you don't. As the Eagles are going to the line with number 25, Gabe McGee, shooting some free throws.
Well, here's what we talked about, Brian. Now with Cougars have 9 team fouls here, and the Eagles only have 2 in this second half, and now you're going to be putting the Eagles at the line for 2 free throws every time after this on the 10th foul. So rough spot to be in when you're trying to claw your way back into this game.
I'd agree, but strategically it may end up being a good thing for them if they can't make their free throws and the Cougars come down and start making the play on trying to make some extra buckets here, driving the ball, kicking it out to the outside. Nice three-point opportunity just off the mark for Mesa as the Eagles get the rebound, and they're looking to try and slow things down a little bit, but with the full court press, they may have a little difficulty doing that as the Eagles call timeout with 6:05 left in the fourth quarter. And the Eagles leading 47-38.
I think that was a good timeout by Christian's coach there. They were coming up on that 10-second mark, so good way for them to maintain possession here and also hold on to this 9-point lead, Brian.
Doug, do we have any other type of sponsors that we may have out there, or what's the opportunity for people to actually give money for sponsorships?
Well, absolutely. On our website, they can learn more, and we'll have to read some of these names here on this when we have a longer timeout here, Brian, on our individual and family support levels. So opportunities exist, whether it be for a business and or an individual. We appreciate all the support we have from both entities to help Lutheran High School and help our organization and our ministry. Well, Brian, now's the time, being down 9 after being down 4 here about, 5 clock minutes ago. You got to make a run here.
The Eagles bring the ball out off of the timeout, and you can see they're going to start slowing the pace down. They already start holding the ball a little bit. They'll survey the court a bit. Steckler's up top, and they're just going to try and work the ball around, in my opinion, as they are working the clock very, very well right now. It's almost an opportunity for the Cougars. They're going to force them to foul and put them on the line. They're just going to pass the ball around the outside. Nice defensive play by the Cougars. Looks like we have a timeout called on the play.
Well, and that was probably a good timeout. You know, Bloss had the ball and was trapped over there in the corner. Coach called the timeout right before Bloss was able to get rid of it. So another good headsy timeout by their coach.
Yeah, I would agree as we continue to move forward. Doug, tell me a little bit about some of these individual sponsors that you have on the white sponsorship opportunities.
Absolutely. Mike and Lori Albert, Scott and Darlene Burke, Roger and Sean Butler, John and Kelly Brickner, Andy and Lynette Caleros, Kevin and Rosie Cantrell, Jim and Lori Chandler, Richard and Marcia Craven, Matt and Kim Daniger, Kent and Kelly Earhart, Craig and Tammy Ernstmeyer. And we have a lot more of them. We'll have to get here after this next timeout, Brian.
That sounds great. You know, you used the word just recently, Doug, about ministry. I love the idea that we at Lutheran High School have an awesome ministry in creating great young men and women on many levels, whether it's in academics, sports, arts, you name it. The children that come out of Lutheran High School are very well versed for the world ahead.
Oh, they really are, Brian. I think the same can be said, too, about Christian High School and what they do in their K through 12 model here. A little bit different than Lutheran High being just a high school, 9 through 12, and obviously having 6 schools that feed directly into us. You know, it's an interesting statistic we learned the other day, Brian. We have, at Lutheran High School here, we have 43 different middle schools that we receive kids from. So private schools, public schools, and 4 different counties. So, you know, Lutheran High is truly one of those regional Lutheran high schools, drawing kids from 4 counties around St. Charles.
Absolutely. With 404 students this year, largest population we've seen in a long, long time. As great hustle by Bertel to save the ball from going out of bounds, and nice little drive toward the bucket, getting fouled, going to the line to shoot 2 is number 23, Ryan Ritter.
You know, that was a nice play by Ryan Bertel there, Brian, to save that ball before it went out of bounds, and it just happened to bounce right over to Ritter, and Ritter's now going to shoot 2 free throws. These are the kind of buckets you have to have here with 5 minutes left, being down 9 points.
Yeah, toward the end of the stretch, you got to make the free throws. As we missed the front end of the 2 free throw opportunities here, you got to make these free throws and be able to have a few stops on defense and hit some threes coming the other way, or at least some easier baskets.
Yeah, we're just missing too many free throws today, Brian. We got to shoot better from a free throw line.
And Ritter makes the second opportunity and cut the lead down to 8, but with 5 minutes left, we're going to have to pick the pace up here a little bit, take some chances as they're trapping the Eagles, and the Eagles break the trap for a nice little easy missed opportunity under the bucket. Boy, that would really hurts for the Eagles.
Yeah, Bloss really needed to get that one, Brian.
I would agree. Cougars have it, spinning it around, bring it back up to the top. Nice little opportunity for a 3-point bucket by Connor Cameron. The ball goes in and out. Good look, good opportunity. Just didn't work out this time, as definitely the Eagles are starting to try and wear some clock down. With a hand check foul here against the Cougars. The Eagles are going to go to the line shooting 2.
Yeah, boy, and you know, Connor Cameron got a nice look there, and his stroke looked pretty good, Brian. I thought he was going to nail it, and again, the Cougars continue to be cold from the 3-point line.
You know, once again, we won twice against this team earlier in the year, and it's always tough to beat a team 3 times in a single season.
Yeah, it sure is.
As a hush falls across the home crowd, Cody Heath nails the first of 2, taking the lead in 9 points with 4:32 left in the fourth quarter. Eagles are starting to wear the Cougars down a little bit here, and Heath brings up the next one, misses it, but good hustle by the Eagles as they get the ball, and good call, timeout by the coach, as the Eagles are going to take the ball out of bounds underneath the basket. Doug, tell me a little bit more about some more opportunities and the people who have supported us over the years here.
More sponsors, absolutely, Brian. Continuing, Pamela Hayes Hagstrom, Jeff and Amber Kessler, Doug and Sarah Coleman, Todd and Michelle Larkin, Chad and Linda Lashley, Tim and Heather Mesa, Doug and Lizzie Meyer, Doug and Kathy Mudd, Matt and Amy Murphy, David and Michelle Reed, Mike and Melissa Ruse, Art and Nyla Sanderson, Mike and Kelly Van Pammel, Michael and Brittany Schimwig, Chris Schulte, Michelle Schwan, Paul and Laura Short, Tom and Nancy Spar, Jim and Claire Stigemeyer, Ken and Susan Trimble, Jason and Laura Valley, Greg and Nicole Wood, and David and Tammy Zills. Thank you very much, families, for your support of Lutheran High School.
One of the things I like to see with this is that you have former parents, current parents, and future parents on that list right there. It's pretty cool to be able to see well-rounded opportunities for the sponsorships.
Absolutely is. I think it's also pretty cool that on our corporate end there, we have several alumni who own businesses and are bronze sponsors for us here. So it's great to see them giving back to Lutheran High when they would have graduated here, some of them 10, 15, 20 years ago.
And that just goes to say that we have a very, very good family here as the Eagles bring the ball in. Had the opportunity for an easy bucket, but decided to bring the ball back out as Cougars get it, but they turned the ball over. And it's coming back to the Eagles going the other way with 4:21 left. Got a little anxious on that one, trying to bring the ball at the floor.
It really did. I think eyes got big there and saw the open bucket down at the other end and just went a little too fast. Good effort.
An interesting strategy by the Eagles to have their tallest, the big man, bring the ball down to the floor and being able to survey the situation. And he's got an easy bucket going right to the lane. Kind of hard to defend that one, but got the easy bucket, 2 points. 11-point lead for the Eagles with just under 4 minutes left. The Cougars are going to really have to buckle down hard. I think it's time for them to continue to start throwing up threes, and they do just that with Bertel answering the call. Nice 3-point bucket to cut the lead to 8.
It's definitely one we needed there, Brian. That's only, I think, the second 3-point basket we've made here tonight.
It is, and once again, the Eagles are going down, and they get a nice little easy opportunity with the foul underneath. They're going to go to the line shooting 2 as number 15. James Bloss is going to be at the line shooting 2 for the Eagles. Tell me a little bit more about the family that we have here at Lutheran High, Doug. We have a lot of opportunities for people to continue to come back and support us, obviously, and we have a great opportunity to continue that fellowship amongst many, many years.
Really do, and the challenge this year, Brian, just like it's been the challenge everywhere across our nation, is with COVID, and dealing with that and what that means. And it's been difficult, it's been challenging, and I love what we've done as a school to step up and continue to educate children and have opportunities to grow mentally, emotionally, physically, and most importantly, spiritually throughout this pandemic.
You guys have done a wonderful job with being able to maintain the distance of the children, continue the opportunity for them to learn, albeit a different way to learn. And it's neat to be able to see the kids still having that opportunity to move forward. As we have an injury on the floor right now. A young man went up to try and make a nice, easy 2-point bucket. Cameron did, but he got bounced to the floor and looked like he hit his head a little bit.
Yeah, that was a nice play, nice take, and just, man, he kind of went up for that and contorted his body and thought he was going to get a bucket and wound up going for the loose ball and couldn't quite get it. Good effort by Connor.
Definitely good effort, and Eagles is going to get the ball underneath the Cougars basket as we move forward here. Heath is going to throw the ball in, and we're going to try and break the press, and once again they're going to go to a tall individual, bring the ball up. They finally get the ball to Gabe McGee, and the Cougars are relaxing on defense right now with not having full court press, but it's quite obvious the Eagles are just going to try and kick the ball around a little bit and wear the clock down. As I say that, Steckler goes in for the 2-point basket opportunity, misses it, but the Eagles get the rebound as Nathan Breckenridge, the junior center, comes out with the 2-point bucket.
Boy, just a lack of boxing out there on that, Brian, led to that easy bucket.
I would agree, and now as the Cougars are trying to valiantly get back into this game, they just throw up a 3 and off the mark, goes out of bounds, and opportunities are getting a little bit shorter for the Cougars as Eagles take the ball and just playing a little bit of keep away right now.
Well, yeah, and again, this is where you got to keep playing good defense. I know you're down 11, but boy, I think everybody remembers Reggie Miller scoring 9 points in 30 seconds. Now, I know that was the NBA, but Stuff happens.
It does happen, and that may be a very hard pill to swallow as they kick the ball back out to McGee, and he hits a three-point bucket. Cougars are down by 14 with a little over 2 minutes to play yet. They need to get back into this opportunity and start throwing up some threes, playing some hard defense, and you know, you just got to do what you got to do.
Well, nice take by Sam Mesa, or by Charlie Mesa there. And
ended up having the call go against the Cougars. Nice little opportunity for Lucas to take the drive into the bucket. He did make the basket, but they ended up calling a charging foul on him, and that's his 5th foul. The young man played a hard game tonight. I love the opportunity for him to go out and play his heart out. It's good to be able to see how much effort that he had tonight.
And he really did a nice job. Offensive, defensive end, and found himself in the right position a lot of times.
I agree. Gabe McGee gets the ball in, brings it down the court for the Eagles. Nice little teamwork. Drops the pass off, but it just didn't work out for the Eagles as the Cougars get to bring it down the court, swinging around to the outside. And the Eagles continue to play a little tight defense as they're forcing the Cougars to try and make 2-point opportunities.
And Charlie had a nice look down underneath there and couldn't quite hit.
Fade away with the underneath the basket doesn't work too well, particularly in high school level.
Surely doesn't.
Patel gets the rebound, brings it up the court, surveys the situation, kicks it back out, goes to the far side. 3-point opportunity, just a little bit long for Mr. Ritter, and the Eagles get the ball back as they head back down to the other end. Nice little bucket by number 5, Mr. Cody Heath.
Yeah, kind of opening up there, Brian.
Tell me a little bit about who you have for the Claw Award, my friend.
Well, you know, I think we got a few different candidates here, and I think we had some good things earlier in the game. I think it could easily go to Lucas Reed for his play, but I'll tell you what, for a guy who's played a lot of the game and loved his effort and intensity, slamming himself literally off the concrete wall, I think we're going to have to go to the Claw Award winner, Ryan Bertel, tonight.
I think Ryan Bertel is an excellent recipient of the Claw Award tonight, and his hustle is something that I really, really love to see, not only for him but for the rest of the team as a valiant effort as we're down by 16 with 24 seconds left. And Mr. Bertel, thank you and congratulations on your nice win for the Claw Award.
Yeah, you got to have a bright spot in a game like this. Cougars come out, thought they were probably going to win it after taking the first 2 from the Eagles this season, and you got to have a bright spot and look forward to playing the next game. Next game will be Monday night. Monday night is senior night for both the boys and the girls basketball programs, and we have a 4-banger. JV girls, JV boys. Boys will take on Duchesne in a doubleheader. Girls will take on, I should know that, but I don't. Girls will take on Christian High. Christian High. 3-point basket going up and good from downtown Charlie Mesa. Little too late on that as the Eagles bring the ball up. Turnover, and Cougars come down. Easy bucket for Cameron, but he calls a traveling, which I did not see whatsoever. Yeah, I didn't right in front of us. I'm not seeing that either, but hey, officials saw something different. He's the one getting paid to be here. We're not. We're here for fun, you know?
That's right. The bucket got called off, and the Eagles going to win this one 59-45 over the Cougars. Doug, as always, it's a great opportunity to be able to hang out with you and my friend, and certainly enjoy getting to do the broadcast with you.
Absolutely. Good luck to both teams moving forward, and we'll have our varsity